Hey everybody, I just finished putting together the Chef Woodwind 36-inch, and there were just a couple things I noticed that I thought I would make a little video just explaining some little details that maybe others might miss, make it a little easier for them. First off, over here, this took a little bit of, like, the instructions weren't super clear. This is your temperature probe, and it goes through, and I believe the screws on the parts I got were mislabeled. These are M4 by 10 millimeter, not M4 by 8 like the instructions say. And they're just hold the little temperature probe on vertical. And it took a little bit of work to figure out how to feed that through and then put it upright. And then also at the same time, when you're putting the hopper on, you got to kind of feed that wire into the hole. So it took 2 people and a couple tries to get that right. And the second thing, there's this little silver bracket down here that for a while I wasn't sure what the heck it was, but that's what it's for. It goes there to cover up the hole that the temperature probe gets put through when you're installing it. So that was something that got a little bit difficult, and just, there you go, something just to be aware of. The other thing that wasn't super clear in the instructions is the bolts that hold the hopper in place are mislabeled in the instructions. If you can see them down there, it's those silver ones. Those are actually M6 by 20, not M6 by 15 as is labeled in the instructions. And they're the ones that have both the washer and the lock washer on. There are 4 of them. There's one there, one, if you can see it, there, one there, and one down there. Those are the silver ones. And I've noticed it seems like anything internal facing is silver. And then the other thing that wasn't super clear in the instructions, before you put the hopper in place, it's over here on this far side, you have to remove these 2 screws right there before you put the hopper in place. So you remove these, put the hopper in, tighten it, or loosely put everything in place, then align those bolts, then once everything's in place, tighten it down. And the reason that's important is because when it comes to putting on this little tray over here, these are the M6 by 15 bolts that you need. And the first time I did that, I put those on the inside because that's what the instructions called for. But those are actually ones to be used on the outside. The black facing ones, I guess, for aesthetic purposes. And the only thing that was kind of curious that wasn't super clear is they've got these like jam nuts and stuff, and there's these little features. This is a little locking mechanism. So this is the sear to allow for the grilling purposes. This thing slides up and down. In order to lock that in place, there's this little, I don't know what you call it. The instructions have a name for it, but kind of lock it in place so it can't pull out. And there's another one of those over here on the hopper emptying tray. So these get this kind of shaped thing. Whereas the one for the sear knob, the grilling knob, receives just a regular bolt. And this allows you to go back and to allow access to the burn pot or whatever that thing's called. So anyway, I don't know if that's useful to anybody. Encourage you to just check this out, watch it first. Save you a little bit of hassle and time as you're putting it together. But otherwise, it took about an hour and a half to do. All I needed was a number 2 Phillips head that was not included in the packet. Otherwise, everything else went pretty slick. So enjoy grilling.